a new team or pick a new job. Pick a new team. Such a horrible team. I don't want to think about it. Okay, guys. Management just sent me something. I think I haven't really looked at it. It should be a simple task. I just need you guys to crunch some numbers. Shouldn't be too hard. It should be done in less than 10 minutes. So this is just on my iPad. Can you see the problem? Let me know if you can.
Yep, you can see it.
All right, so everyone got it. Okay, I'm gonna leave you to it. I'm gonna do some of the stuff. Please just discuss and let me know soon.
Okay. Guys, it's just 2 plus 2, right? I think it's 4, right? What do you think, guys?
I'm not too sure about that. Wait, let's check with Ishan. Ishan, what do you think?
You think about it for a while. So. Hey, but you remember last night's party about Carrie's? It was so fun.
Yeah. Oh, it was so good. Remember, like the DJ? Oh, he played some really good songs.
Well, we've been doing this for the past 6 years, man. It's been so good. Each time it gets better.
Guys, can we focus on the project first? Maybe we can talk about that later. Is that alright?
Fine. Okay, sure. 2 plus 2. I don't know. I don't really trust your word on it. I think we should get like an outside opinion.
Yeah, I'm with Carrie's on this. I think we should seek another opinion on this.
2 hours later.
Okay, so do you have an answer?
Well, Jonathan came up with an answer, but we're not too sure on whether it's correct or not.
Oh, it's such a simple thing, right? I mean, I just don't have the time to do it. It's just 2 plus 2. Why is it so hard? You know, what is the answer to that? Oh my gosh, it shouldn't even be this hard.
So now that we've seen the clip, let's talk about what happened. The group was formed by 2 friends and a third newcomer. An in-group was formed between the 2 friends due to asymmetrical interpersonal trust. The in-group members, through in-group favoritism, viewed themselves as better than the out-group and perceives the lone out-group member as a threat. The out-group individual becomes distressed, loses confidence, and performs badly as a result of the ostracization. A group with a fractured in-group out-group structure is less cohesive and has much lower productivity. In the real world, the in-group out-group dynamic can spiral out of control in a vicious cycle. The in-group lowers the out-group status with in-group favoritism. That leads to the out-group leveraging on in-group favoritism to compete for higher status. And this causes the in-group to feel discrimination from the out-group, leading them to increase their biases towards the out-group and exacerbates the cycle with worse in-group favoritism.
What is all this information integration? No matter how much information you have, paper was the way to go. I remember the good old days. Yeah, so Carries, this is the client checklist. I need to look at that. And these are some of the other accounting things I need to do also. You following me, right? It's not too much. Then after that, I need you to follow up on this client. They also showed interest. Then after that, I need you to do this MPA and also some other things I need to do. And then finally, this is some of the documents I need to sign off with, right? That's about it. Any questions?
Hi, I am the researcher, PhD in virtual teams. They say getting a PhD is more than getting a qualification, it's getting permanent head damage. But at this rate, the only person I see getting permanent head damage is that fellow employee of his. Let me show you how leveraging virtual communication can save that employee on her line.
Let's help the manager understand the benefits of virtual communication by discussing some of its key advantages. This can be broadly categorized into 2 main themes, namely, the first being the centralization of data. By pulling data into a single, easily accessible source, users will gain the immediate advantage of proper documentation. When information from calls and discussions are clearly written, there is no need for the project team to reiterate what has been previously discussed, allowing for a greater sense of efficiency. Also, when all information is stored in soft copy, there can be no chance of informational loss through user error. In a multi-leg project that will require key documentation, this trait will prove to be nothing short of invaluable. Lastly, a common platform or interface for members to input their work will mean that data will be continuously fed into the decision-making process. All the information present will always be up to date, and this allows for the best integration of all relevant information to meet project deadlines. Alright, now that covers the portion of centralized data. The next theme will be how virtual communications can ease cross-functional collaborations. In a large project, such as what our manager is undertaking, it is important to have a meeting of the minds on various aspects of the project. Virtual communications would mean that all the teams and departments will have access to the same resources online, eliminating any form of informational asymmetry and thus enabling everyone to come to an easy consensus. Take for example, the launching of an NPA or a new product arrival in a bank. The drafted product outline will have to be approved by all departments within a very tight and stipulated deadline. This includes departments like your finance, treasury, tax, accounting, legal, compliance, senior management, the list goes on. Can you imagine having to do all of this manually? Going from department to department to get that golden signature is going to take forever. Which is why virtual communication is absolutely imperative in a situation like this. Next, large and extended projects tend to cause fatigue amongst members, resulting in them losing sight of the main objective. Having pooled information online will keep members focused on furnishing only specific data that is relevant to the goal. This also means that there is a low risk of wasted expenses on researching already previously analyzed topics, and there will be no repeated nor nullified information that is fed into the decision-making process. These are the key advantages that our manager should know of, and these are the very compelling reasons of why he should adopt virtual communication.
Okay, fine. So information integration is important. Okay, I get it. We need to be efficient in what we do. Now I gotta pick a team member. How am I gonna do it? I know. Body Devyo Bobe Zao. Okay. Okay, feeling lucky today, See how which group member we get. Go! Okay, take the last one. Let's go find the list, see the last person.
Hi, he's the one with permanent head damage. His chance of project success as slim as his chance of winning 4D. And science is all about the evidence-based approach. Let me show you how you can select team members for your virtual teams.
So let's help Manager Andy pick members for his team. According to the requirements, he has to pick a virtual problem-solving team. So let's break it down into the textbook definitions. Virtual means teams that use computer tech to tie together physically dispersed members in order to achieve a common goal. Next, problem solving usually refers to employees from the same department who meet for a few hours each week to discuss ways of improving quality, efficiency, and work environment. Alright, now let's talk about team composition. Firstly, you need to consider the knowledge, skills, and abilities of individual members. Abilities set limits on how effectively they perform as a team, and high ability members are also more adaptable to changing situations and can apply existing knowledge to new problems. Secondly, you should look at the personality of members. Conscientious people are good at backing up team members and sensing when support is needed. They will also work together to create a more cohesive group. Open team members will also communicate better with one another, allowing people to be more creative and innovative with their ideas. Thirdly, consider the diversity of your members. Having different perspectives will bring a new insight toward tackling the problem, which could prove to be valuable. Of course, the qualifier is that proper leadership and guidance will be needed to manage these diverse teams effectively in order to capitalize on them. Lastly, the size of teams. Keeping teams small is the key to improving group effectiveness. Something to keep in mind is Jeff Bezos' 2-pizza rule, whereby if it takes more than 2 pizzas to feed the team, it's just too big. So now that we've settled what Manager Andy needs to look out for, let's hope he manages to choose his members appropriately.
Okay, so 4D is not the best way to do things. There is a way to choose. Diversity? Yeah, okay. Well, even though I am a manager, learn something new every day. I choose you.
And as a final act of goodwill, let me share with you some strategies on how to build trust within a virtual team. May his teammates benefit from my pieces of wisdom.
What are some strategies that can help build trust among virtual team members? These strategies can be nicely summed up into the 4 rights. Firstly, right team. Secondly, right leadership. Thirdly, right touch points. And last, right technology, which will be further elaborated in the further slides. There are 3 key aspects to forming the right virtual teams. Firstly, having suitable people. Select team members with good communication skills, high EQ, ability to work independently, and resilience. Secondly, having the ideal size. Form teams with under 10 members to mitigate social loafing and promote inclusive communication. And lastly, assign roles appropriately. This forms a psychological agreement which sets out mutual role expectations and is particularly essential in diverse teams. Moving on to the next right, having the right leadership. Good leaders foster trust by building strong relationships among members through respect and empathy. They do so by understanding members' differing backgrounds and values. Second, they encourage open dialogue. One way is to model pairing criticism when delivering and receiving negative feedback, such as using phrases like "I might suggest" or "think about this." Another strategy is to designate an official advocate for candor, which actually notices and speaks up when something is being left unsaid and calling out on unconstructive criticism. Lastly, good leaders also clarify goals and guidelines, which helps in establishing a common goal and set specific guidelines for team interaction, overall achieving the objective of promoting positive group norms. Moving on to the third right, having the right touch points, where virtual team members should actually try to come together at critical points. For instance, the kickoff, where it's important to set common expectations, align team goals, and access team dynamics to bridge any gaps. Secondly, onboarding, where it is crucial to forge social identity among existing and new members. And lastly, milestones, where it is critical to motivate members by celebrating and spotlighting team achievements, spurring them on to achieve further goals. Moving on to the last right, having the right technology. According to Harvard Business Review, the performance of top-notch virtual teams, those with the most talented members, finest leadership, and frequent touchpoints, can be compromised by poor technology. Hence, it is crucial to be able to leverage technologies such as conference calls, direct calls and text messaging, discussion forums and virtual rooms, which actually integrate various types of communication.
Alright guys, so you are my new handpicked team. I went through all the lessons and I've chosen all of you. You should be able to answer most of the questions that I have. And incidentally, management has given me a problem. This is something the previous team could not accomplish. So I'm going to show it to you now. Please have a look. Can you see the problem? And let me know what is your answer to that. I'm going to give you some time. Please get back to me soon.
Why don't we have our numbers expert, Jonathan?
Yeah, sure. Right up your alley.
Okay, I think that was a math question. It was 2 plus 2. I think we can approach it from a different angle, maybe 1 plus 3 or 8 divided by 2. I think it should be 4, right, guys? What do y'all think about it?
Wow, that's such an interesting way of looking at it. I never thought about it that way before.
Yeah, thank God we consulted you and we saw this as like a group.
Very cool. Boss,
Okay.
I think we have an answer.
Yeah, just let me know. Yeah.
Answer is 4.
Answer is 4. Okay.
Jonathan had like some different ways of looking at the problem also.
Oh, we thought about 1 plus 3 and 8 divided by 2, and they all gave us the same answer of 4.
Oh, right. This ways might be more cost efficient. Thank you for that. I think you guys are so much better than my previous team. You couldn't ever get to an answer for this. I could not have gotten you guys without knowing the concepts that I have learned.
You must have learned so much.
Oh my god. Yeah. Right.
Nice.
Right. Alright guys, fantastic job. We deserve a team cheer. Team 1. Alright, that's the way to do it. Awesome.